Shots with your hosts,
Bob Katie.
And John Picarillo.
Very abrupt.
Welcome aboard, folks.
Welcome to Bob and John's Quick Shots. Are we starting the Quick Shots over at 1 now? I don't even know what number we were at.
I don't know. I don't think I might have that written down somewhere. But this is the first time we've done a quick shot in a long time.
This year.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Well, yeah. Did we do any in 2015? I think we might have up until
We got to look back and
we did
find
some in the
out.
spring. Welcome to Bob and John's Quick Shots. You know what? We'll just reboot it. We'll call this number 1 again.
Whoa.
Or whatever number it is. I don't know.
All right, I got to.
Well, I don't know. It might confuse people.
Yeah, I know. Hold off on that.
All right.
Oh, man. What's the dog barking at?
Oh, you were talking about everything now?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's this? See?
They'll probably hear it. Oh, no, but we edit it, don't we?
They get this part of it.
Yeah, but that might be picked up on the microphone.
Yeah, it might be.
See, so I had to say something because people would be listening, being, what is that sound? Oh, that sound. Woo!
Well, welcome to Bob and John's Quick Shots again, number whatever is next in line.
We'll work that out in the next quick shots. We'll have it figured out by then.
I'll look back, and this will be numbered correctly,
Right.
but you won't be hearing what the number is if you're listening because we don't know.
We did this for a specific reason, though.
Yeah. Well, number 1 is that sometimes we have time constraints and schedules are floating everywhere, and
Yep. Well,
as we said on the last podcast, busy stuff coming up. So
we used to add them, right?
yeah, we used to do
A
quick shots
regular
on
and a
top
quick
of
shot. Right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was getting to be a lot. Just like
Well, we had to drop it because scheduling in the summer was crazy.
Yep.
You know.
And now with the band taking a little time.
Yeah, the band's taking up a little bit more time and everything, and we don't want to not put something out during the week. We want to keep our roll going.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep it flowing. So
And we have a very special show next week, so we wanted to have Jay with us.
yeah. Jay was also looking forward to episode 69 of Bob and John's Super Duper
That's
Variety
right.
Power Hour.
Lucky number 69.
So
baby.
luckily-
It's got to be a celebration. I got to tell you.
So luckily we had quick shots just sitting around. I'm like, let's revive the quick shots to do a quick shot this week instead.
I got to say
He's got to say.
that I've been losing some of my energy jumping right into the show lately, I feel like.
Okay.
And I feel the different energy on this one. I remember it used to, we deliberately went through things fast so we could get through it.
Yeah.
30 minutes actually goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I remember that. And I also remember I haven't heard that song in a long time. That's us, right?
Yeah.
Let's hear it again.
You'll hear it on the way out.
It was a long time. That's why it's tough for me not to pick Loose and Buttery because we did that one too, and it's cool. I like listening to it.
Yeah. Music-wise, you mean.
That's right.
Yeah.
We gotta get cracking. See, we never got into the winter mode. We should. Have been
It is.
spending
It's almost.
time
You know what? We
in
feel
the-
like animals that didn't get to hibernate.
Yeah,
because it never got
exactly.
cold enough. So far, knock on wood.
Oh, it's like February
3rd.
and
It's 52 degrees out.
it rained all
Yeah.
day, and there's a creek that runs through the backyard, and it's roaring.
A crick.
What do you call it?
A crick.
I called it a creek.
I don't think they would call it a crick.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up later. I think it's.
I think that's an app.
I think it's a creek.
I think it's a tomato thing.
Yeah.
I would think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Creek.
Creek.
Well, it's Niagara Falls right now.
Yeah, it's run. It's very interesting to hear water running. That much water running on February 3rd.
That's right. It's pretty crazy. So
Yeah.
we didn't. I mean, it helped us get way ahead on the wood.
Yeah.
Let alone the fact that we need less.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, seriously, the days are getting longer. I get out of work, it's still bright.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already thinking spring. I'm not going back in the cave, man.
Yeah, he says that, but me on the other hand, I know I feel it, we're gonna get belted, and then he's gonna be walking around going, "Fucking."
No, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised.
You'll be grumpy.
I will be grumpy. I'll be grumpy.
You'll be grumpy because you're really hoping to get to catch a straight shot through.
I do. That's like
at this point I am too. Believe it or not, I like snow. I like when you can go out. I don't mind snow blowing when you're out and it's fresh snow and everything. I don't like the stale months of January. Is my very unfavorite month.
It's usually my favorite too, and I'll tell you, it was
no unfavorite. It's not your favorite. January's not your favorite.
Unfavorite.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah, it seems like it takes forever.
Cold, it's stale.
And it's cold from the first to the very last day. Oh,
you usually get that cold, stale. It doesn't snow. It doesn't do. It's just cold.
See, not having that, it was like winning the lottery for me.
Winning.
If we actually do make it to spring, without getting hammered.
If we make it to spring, well, you're going to be hammered tonight. But wrong hammered.
I'm getting there. I'm working.
If we don't
more quickly on the quick
if we
shots.
can get through without any snow or any more real cold or anything, I will.
I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set.
That's what I'll do.
You probably come down here when I'm not around and put your nuts on my nutsack.
I hit this button all the time and do it when you're not here.
I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set.
That's it on your drum set.
You know what's funny about that clip? When I listen to that,
It's
that
the
clip
ching
again,
ching. If you ask me, that's what makes it funny.
it's not. It's the ching ching, but it's how the person not knowing the movie, like you don't.
Right.
When you see the movie, he's obviously hitting it, right?
Yeah. With what?
With like a stick or whatever, his hand.
Yeah. Huh.
But what is your thought when he says what he says and you hear that noise? You would think he's taking his nutsack and hitting
I'm going
it.
to put my nutsack on your drum set.
You think he's taking his nutsack and hitting it.
Sonically, it's excellent.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, we got to do this anyway.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
and on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Here we go. Let's get this party started.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
That's right.
Yes.
And,
we can use a different creative now too.
well, we already have a different creative.
Oh.
That doesn't mean we have to go for a half hour. We can go for 40 minutes if we want.
Oh.
We dictate the time. Nobody else does.
Okay.
The hell with it.
Or maybe the weeks that Jay isn't here is quick shots.
That I brought this idea to you like 3 weeks ago. You doorknob. You knob. I feel like that was just ignoring me totally, and then I'll just make it mine.
Well, that's usually about if I'm busy or thinking of something else. It's sort of the thing that goes into the Rolodex, I'm going to need to know that later, but when I get there, I'll figure it out. That sort of thing.
Yeah, well, you figured it out. Let's make it your own.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Jeez. Yeah, so this week was awful busy. What?
Shout out to your wife.
Yeah, the wife had knee surgery, so she's in the hospital, hopefully coming home
And we're
on Thursday
here
night.
like bachelors.
Yeah. We don't do anything different.
No, nothing changes.
Nothing changes whatsoever.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
we live a pretty good life.
Yeah. Not too bad. At least I don't have to worry about the guilt of downstairs too long.
Right.
At least I don't get that.
That's
you know
good.
what I mean?
That is good.
Yeah.
Because between the show and the studio and the band, we spend a lot of time down here.
Yeah, and I feel we don't spend enough.
Me too. I feel that way too. Like tonight, I knew we had to do the show, but I'm really highly driven to play. I mean, I don't think I've been this driven to play my whole drumming career. I don't. Like right now, I can't get enough. I mean, you know how I check out YouTube. I'm a huge YouTube fan. And I love surfing around to find out certain things. And I've gotten back to because I'm training my daughter to play drums because she wants to. I didn't, suggest it. She wanted to. She actually played piano for years, which is supposed to be a very good prerequisite. Anyway, I'm teaching her the same way I got started, which is on a little pad. It's one pad, and you got 2 sticks. Now, I'm trying to get her into the old hold way, which is good practice for me again, too.
Yeah.
And just because it's easy to go to the other way, if you get that and you know how to do it, I just feel like now you have that option to go if if for any reason, like Neil Peart said, that when he changed that, there was a whole new feel in the way he played.
Oh yeah, he changed his style a little bit, like in his 40s or something.
Yeah, I was going to say later in his career.
Yeah, later in his career. Yeah, most definitely.
So the rudiments.
Rudiments.
And I start getting into rudiments, and even there, I find that I have so much farther to go. I used to think that I was really good, but now that there's so many people out there to observe, I begin to feel like nothing. I'm like, you need to play a lot more to be as good as you think you are, or now it's as think as I want to be.
Because you need the electric drum set at the.
I know, but I need 2 more cymbals before we play out, which is in a month.
No, a little bit longer than that.
March 15th.
Yeah, I thought you said March 19th.
Roughly, one of those. It's only 3 days. That's the difference. It's in the ball.
15th to 19th. That's 3 days. Well, yeah.
See, you're in the ballpark for me. You know what I mean? If I'm thinking that far in advance, I'm thinking in a week range. Like I'm looking at that week, the big picture.
I'm not. I'm thinking of the day.
I can find that out. I'll tell you. I got it in an email.
You said the 19th. You said the 19th.
Look on the calendar and see which one's a Saturday.
I think the 19th is. I think I marked it down.
That's the answer. So I got to get 2 cymbals yet for that.
Yeah, the 19th is Saturday.
I still got to get all the heads. I would like to get bags before having to move them.
Yeah.
And the octobans.
I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set.
So say a month and 2 weeks.
All the energy drained out of you when you just added all that up in your head.
I know. It's killing me. I've never put this much money into my drum set.
No.
Ever.
No, he has not. No.
Oh, man. No, if it made noise, I was good.
Yeah.
I used to play on some real trash cymbals.
Garbage cans.
Didn't matter.
Garbage cans.
Didn't matter. And as long as they made noise and I could keep the beat.
That's because you were putting a lot of money in your car back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Stereo in your car.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, drums and music is really motivating me. Really motivating me. And I want to spend more time. When we do a good amount, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
I need more. Because, see, these guys, everybody else gets to pick up their guitars and play. If you want to get that kind of practice in.
Yeah.
I, right now, only have the option of making lots of noise when I play. So I'm talking about at my parents' house having an electric kit.
I think by summertime you'll have an electric kit and be
probably.
practicing.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's your next.
That is the next one.
The next big purchase in itself, itself. You know what I mean?
And then after that, I've got this new passion for locally grown. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to find out that...
Oh, hey, listen, try this. I told my weed guy to step it up, and he gave me that.
What is it?
It's called Mind Rape. It's actually pretty mellow.
It doesn't sound very mellow.
Well, he only had 3 other batches. Gorilla Panic, They're Coming, and something called This Is Permanent. Come on, spark it up.
Something called This Is Permanent. That wasn't the homegrown he was talking about.
No, not at all. It turns out that Gretsch, which I've seen these drums around quite a bit, you don't see them as much as you'd think, because I don't think they do as much endorsing of big names.
I don't know. I've seen them.
Well,
around.
the big reality of it is
They were a little bit more boutique-y.
you see a lot of. Well, I'll tell you, they're reasonably priced.
Now, well, they haven't been in the past.
Anyway, they are made right here in New York, so I'm interested in getting a set.
Oh, what was in Massachusetts? You said
That one's Zildjian. So I'm thinking about switching over to Zildjian, just because like I don't have that restraint of a contract with anybody. You know what I mean?
We're really at the point where you're getting a contract.
No, but I'm saying the beautiful. You got to take the good with the bad. Hey, it'd be great if I was at that point, but I'm not. So the beautiful thing is I can buy shit cymbals and see if they're worth the low price. I can buy some expensive ones, but at what name? Because at that point, you know, if you're trying to get apple to apple, then I want to test out some Zildjians anyway. So, and there's no problem with me having a mixed batch when I play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the direction I'm headed.
The direction you're headed?
Well, because the step A of the Sabians sound great. I love them. That same quality, right?
Yeah.
About those two. And about the same price, I can get a decent ended Zildjian. So I'm going to try it out and see which one holds up the best. That's what it's all about for me.
That's
you know
probably
that.
true, yeah.
You know, so for me, I've cracked two
Everything.
of those, right? So
But you could never beat the crap out of that China boy, that
No.
big China boy who you had
No,
back in the day.
I might be due to get a nice one.
A nice one is a nice one. That thing was like a garbage
It was
can.
rude. It was rude as hell.
It wasn't even rude.
If
It was
anybody
just,
pissed me off, I just smash on that thing.
oh man,
People would run away.
it literally had become an effect symbol because it was like somebody hit a trigger on like a bashing a garbage can.
It was wicked rude.
Yeah, it was really, really not.
So I
cool.
hadn't had many Chinas since then because of that.
Yeah.
But they make some nicer ones. As a matter of fact, the ones I like so much is like the first step into a China.
Yeah, we have the China splash and the
Right, and that's what
there.
the splashes that the Chinas
in the studio. Yeah.
are really great. So
Yeah.
I can see myself gravitating towards that if I'm going for a high end cymbal. You know what I mean?
Gravitation. Yeah, you never know when we're building the new studio. There might be a possibility of a new studio drum set, just the set, not cymbals or anything. Because I don't think I can do much better than we've got. I mean, we got pretty good quality, pretty good high quality in there.
Yeah.
Cymbals.
Yeah.
But the set, that would be.
Well, what is your desire in there?
I don't know. Oh. I don't know.
See, I've been looking around and I keep finding these things out. So
maybe
that's
just a
what-
higher grade Tama or something.
Oh yeah, they do have.
Or a pair of rock stars like you got
Yeah.
in there. I wouldn't mind at all.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Find because you can find used pair of rock stars around quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that would be, I don't know. That would be an interesting task.
Listen to Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast every Wednesday wherever you find Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Get a hold of us at Bob and Jay's Pass Rush at gmail.com and at Pass Rush Podcast on Twitter. Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Listen to Bob and John's Quick Shots every Tuesday on iTunes, BuzzFeed.com, or Stitcher.com. Brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Bob and John's Quick Shots. Just ignore the every Tuesday part of that. I got to re-record that. The
Oh yeah.
And
Well, you only
word it
got one
differently
more
now.
though.
What?
Did you cover the Super Bowl yet?
No, I'm talking about the Quick Shots one. It said every Tuesday.
Oh, that's right.
And we're
'cause we used
using
to
it.
do
We're using it as a substitute.
we
sometimes.
used to do it Tuesday and Thursday.
Thursday.
Right.
God, was I crazy? Jesus.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
We weren't rocking with the band though at that time. We had a little more free time.
Yeah. I don't think we. I think shortly after Tom joined, we pulled back the reins on that puppy.
Yeah.
And did that.
That was a big step.
Yeah.
We might make the next step next practice.
Maybe we'll let you know next week.
That's right.
Well, no, we won't because we'll be doing the podcast next week before we have practice. So, because days got all switched around this afternoon, remember?
Well, we could always do it Wednesday.
Oh, sure. Give me the short. So that's why you're going to edit this thing. If this comes out fucked up, it's because he's editing it tonight. What? Yeah, he's editing it tonight. I don't know. Oh, come on. You want to do shit. You want all this stuff. Come on. You better start editing, you bastard.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, okay.
Finish your beer, asshole.
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set.
Exactly.
I did finish my beer, asshole.
Oh, I thought you put your nutsack on your drum set.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
Five, four, three, two, one. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to the Power Hours Top 5 with Bob and John.
Whoa. Obviously, we're doing a top 5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I don't think me and you have done a top 5 in a while.
Just me and you?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think we've done
Well, we've been going without great structure. Wow.
Yeah, that was really...
That was kind of good, though. It had an effect on it.
Yeah, no.
Can you do it again?
No, this thing's doing stupid shit again. Remember last time we had the Ghost in the Machine? Sometimes this decides to do that.
No.
We haven't done a top 5 in a while.
No.
So
we're going to do one.
Yeah.
Tell them what it is, Bob.
Okay. Our top 5 is top 5 bands that we want to see, but we never got a chance to see.
Right.
So pretty much you're talking about probably largely on the list are bands not in existence anymore.
Right. Oh, definitely.
You know, I do have one. I do have a couple that are still touring, but
right. Now, see, I didn't do that. That mine was specifically that you couldn't go do it today if you wanted to, or this year. Or,
okay, let's be a little bit more specific. Like one of the bands, I can't go see the version I want to see because people are dead.
Lynyrd Skynyrd.
No, but that's a good one, though.
I know.
That's not on my list, but that's a good one. That might be number 5. That might be number 5. You really never know.
I almost used that one, the original.
Yeah.
Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah.
That I would, but it's not on my list because I thought of some last minute that was like, oh, I really would have loved to see that.
Yeah, and I took out bands that I have. That I've I would have in my mind I would have disqualified them because I disqualified anybody that I've already seen in any other form.
Yeah,
and actually I saw with you. We saw Lynyrd Skynyrd Deep Purple with Tim.
Yep, we did.
And up at SPAC. So that would take them out of my. But it
wasn't the original though, right?
No. But I just. Because
there was a couple that surprised me when I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I would have liked to seen Guns N' Roses," and I'm like, "We've seen that."
We saw them in their prime.
Yeah, Aerosmith. We've seen a couple really good shows, really good shows.
Well, my first thought was like, "Ooh, go see Kiss in 1976 or 78."
Yeah,
you know,
I was going to use Kiss, but we actually got to see all of them.
Yeah, I've seen them in all. I've seen
the original 4.
Yeah, I've seen them in every incarnation except for their very original run. I've seen them with the original 4, but not in their original run.
Right.
That's the only
That would
thing.
be
But
a-
I didn't go that. I didn't
Now
go that way.
I know why you were asking me. Is it important about the dates? Because in that sense,
Yeah. Well, when I want to go see a band, if you tell me I want to that I can go see any band that I never saw, and and I'm thinking eras. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't because to be honest with you, there's some bands nowadays I see and I don't want to go see now. They're
I
not,
didn't
they're
even think
old.
of-
I don't want to
didn't
go
even-
see.
I didn't even think of this one. I got another one.
Oh yeah.
Elvis.
Not interested.
You wouldn't have even been interested in that one? No. I don't think I'm changing my list as I'm thinking of
See them live? I don't think so.
All right. Well,
Wouldn't have done
let's
anything.
go. We're going to go with number 5 first.
You go first.
I decided I wanted to definitely check out Bob Marley. I would love to be at the show too. Great atmosphere.
that's a
I
good
bet.
one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Puff puff give smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know a lot about Bob Marley.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was like a certain couple of years of prime for him, or if he died before he even got there.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that would have been. I was thinking that would be really interesting for as far as going to a
yeah.
show.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 5 is actually somebody that I've missed opportunities to go see that I would still go see if somebody gave me tickets. I would. This is the only one on this list who, if you gave me tickets to go see them now because they're still performing, I would go see, and that's Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah. Well, they still,
Yeah,
doesn't he come out once in a while?
he's got the residency at Madison
Oh, that's
Square
right.
Garden.
Of course, you could pick a night. Oh, I know.
Cash, brother. That's some serious. That's got to
That's
be
the
some serious
only
cash.
reason why I'm not going with Anthony.
Iron
Anthony-
Maiden, I thought about too, but I saw Iron Maiden.
Seen
so I
Iron
can't.
Maiden. Yep. I didn't. I can't.
I
it's-
saw
it's
more in
good
their
that
prime, but
it's good we're able
I've-
to have checked a lot of those boxes, though. Really,
yeah, they seem pretty in there. They still seem like they are kind of in a prime right now.
they seem like they're just rocking.
Yeah,
man.
they're still.
It's and they fill stadiums. Fill them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous overseas. They're
The
just-
unfortunate thing is they nailed it by
Yeah.
just hitting the biggest venues,
Yeah.
which is in the cities, you
Yeah.
know, and it's always
Yeah.
and they fill Madison Square, so.
yeah, they go
But
to
you know
bigger
what is
cities.
really really crappy, and I heard it on the radio, and I know exactly what they're talking about, and they have to do something about it. Is you can't get tickets anymore the way you used to.
No,
You know what I mean?
it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the days when Drome Sound used to sell tickets and people used to camp out to get tickets.
Me and Steve got there at like in front of Drome Sound at like I think we stayed up all night, and I think we must have gone up there at like 4 or 5 in the morning. The day the tickets went on sale for when the Kiss reunion.
Yep.
For the Nick Pepsi Times Union, whatever the fuck they're calling it now down
Right.
here. And we weren't the first ones in line.
Yeah, exactly.
We were
Yeah.
probably like 5, 6 in line. But
pretty close, though. You got a good shot.
oh, let me tell you, by the time they went on sale, this thing was like.
Yeah.
And it was one of the ones where they started that armband thing, that
Yeah.
wristband thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be crazy. Now, these small little ticket companies use computers to buy
Yeah.
as many as they can. They buy them out, and they're sold out to the public instantly.
Yeah.
You don't even got a shot.
And then they jack them up.
It's like on the way home today. I heard this Get the Lead Out. That's the one I was telling you about. That's going to
Palace?
Yeah. Well, the radio station. I don't normally listen to other radio stations, but it's the time of year for the fund drive
Oh, okay.
for NPR. So I got to find other things. So I am listening, and they say the number for free tickets to that show. And I was like, shit, it's worth nothing. It's worth a shot. So I started, when I was at Stewart's, I started dialing in. I forgot how stupid it is to try to get through on one of those lines. You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm not going to waste my time sitting here doing this.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd give it a shot. Same
You
thing I
never
do
know.
with the lottery. You
Yeah.
never know. You got
never know.
to give it a shot
I'd
once
prefer
in
to
a while.
win the lottery, but
I know. Me too. I do. But it's ridiculous. So if you want to go see a show now, you're forced to pay big bucks.
yeah.
You're paying minimum 3-digit figures to go see a show now.
That's why it doesn't interest me to go see people live anymore.
No. I know.
You know?
And that's
The last two
ruining.
shows I saw live, I saw with you.
It's ruining it.
That was Sammy.
Yeah, and they're
Sammy in the
because
Circle.
there's smaller venues. There's people. 'Cause they're
Foxwoods,
doing it themselves.
yeah.
Shit.
And the Winery Dogs up at Northern...
I still say
Whatever
we're
the
not
hell
gonna-
they're calling Northern Lights now. Everybody changes names.
Depends on how old you are when you're talking to people.
Yeah.
I think isn't it Upstate Concert Hall or something?
Whatever. It's Northern Lights.
Yeah.
It's Northern Lights. God damn it.
He's always throwing bottles now.
Because I can.
I guess.
What's your number 4? We were on a top 5.
I know.
You went on a tangent there.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I mean, he's not on my list.
I don't know.
Listen,
I like to bring different spices to the
I
table.
own some Hendrix.
Yeah.
I like Hendrix. I understand his number 1 status in the pantheon of guitar players.
Yeah.
I respect it. I never get disgruntled when he comes out at number 1 because I understand it's what he did, but yet it's not just what he did.
Oh.
It's that place and time of when he did it.
Is he on some sort of guitar?
He
top
always
10
comes
list?
out at number 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He always
See, I
comes
didn't
out
even
number
know
1.
that.
Yeah,
Well, he's not my number one.
The one that drove me nuts was the Rolling Stone top 100 guitar players. I just wanted to stab people.
I get Rolling Stone for free right now, and I still don't read it.
They had like Joni Mitchell like in the top 10 or something or some ridiculous. I mean, you're don't even. I'm not even going to get started
not
with that.
talk about it.
But I understand. He's not. But I'm not a huge Hendrix guy. I'm not influenced by Hendrix at all.
I wouldn't say that. I wasn't going that direction. I was thinking more like bragging rights.
It just didn't. It wouldn't interest me really. You know what I mean? It really wouldn't interest me that much just to see him. But I understand why he's on your list. It's very good.
What's
Good
your
pick.
number 4?
My number 4 is again somebody I missed 2 years in. This one goes 2 years in a row in the 90s. And the reason why I missed him those 2 years is because exactly when he was playing at SPAC 2 years in a row, I had studio time in Tony's. And that would be Eric Clapton. He had back-to-back years where he came around and did. He didn't have an opening band. He just did an evening with Eric Clapton, and it was like, oh man,
Like acoustic jam and sing.
no, the whole band. He had a huge. He had the whole
So
band.
he had a whole band.
He had like the 3 female backup singers. He had like the 2 organ players. The whole works. You know,
That would have been fun.
it would have been great. Now I don't care to see him. I know he's still he's still out there touring a little bit more still, but he's gone strictly back to doing blues, like really deep. The stuff that influenced him.
Right.
And I'm not. Listen, I as I say, people. Oh, you don't like the blues? It's not they don't like the blues. I do not. I am not a big fan of the really like Buddy Guy and B.B. King. I mean, it's all right. I'm just not a huge. That's not what influenced me. My influence comes from the English bands that did their version of those blues that they were influenced by. Led Zeppelin, and all those type of bands. The Rolling Stones, the Zeppelin. They took and did their version of that, and that's what I love. That's the kind of blues that I love. You know what I mean? The rock, it's more rock blues and
For
true
me,
blues.
I enjoy the blues, but I don't.
I can't do it. I can't sit there and watch
have
it
it.
forever. A whole concert. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess that's the point I'm getting at. I can't watch a whole thing. He's not going to play the songs I want to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I want to see him do extended cool versions of his hits and play some blazing guitar.
See, I only brought 3 beers, thinking we were only doing 30 minutes.
Well, you keep talking a little bit too much.
I think it's you
but-
talking. Listen to who's talking, folks.
Yeah, who talked about the ticket thing? Come on, number 3, bitch.
Queen.
Oh, I didn't think about
Yeah, I love it when I got you.
Yeah, you got me. But no, they would have been number 6. I'll put them at 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Queen would have been good. I would have gone.
Then
see
I'm going to
Queen.
put the Beatles at number 6. That's one I wrote down and I didn't.
I don't know if I would have.
again, it was it's bragging rights that I would have liked. To
See, I would have. The Beatles weren't touring in the period that I would have enjoyed them most, which was the later years.
Yeah.
Not so much the early years of the Beatles.
Well, yeah. On your list, you were able to choose what year, so you could choose that year.
Well, you were able to do. I just took it upon myself
You just
to do
took
that.
it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the big picture.
Yeah, I could see the Beatles. Yeah, that would be a.
Yeah, that
if
would-
I could see that era, the later era where they weren't touring.
Now Queen has some classic.
Queen, yeah,
has some
Queen.
classic stuff, though. You know.
yeah, Queen would have been good.
Really,
I'll give
that
it
would,
that one.
I
Queen
think it would
would've
be a
been
good concert.
Queen would have been good.
Mercury, boy, he could sing.
Yeah. No shit, huh? You think?
Yeah.
My number 3 is Pink Floyd. And I probably would have gone with Pink Floyd, the Wall,
The Wall.
era.
I think the Wall. I would have
because that would have been them building the wall on stage during the show.
The
And
whole
then
show would have been
Gilmore doing the lead for Comfortably Numb at the top of the wall, and dude, that would have been that would have been great. I would have loved to seen that.
That would be good. One of the reasons why I didn't put Pink Floyd down is I could satisfy my desire to hear the music. There's always a Pink Floyd cover band.
Yeah, but it's not seeing them in person though. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how big of that is. I can't even though they're great, I don't know if I could name them all right now.
what, the band members?
Yeah.
Well, one of them's dead, so that takes care of him.
Yeah.
You can't think of Roger Waters,
Roger
David
Waters,
Gilmour,
David Gilmour.
Nick Mason.
That one I would not have come up with. The other two,
He's the drummer.
if I really tried
He's the
hard,
drummer too.
that happens to me.
And,
that's the strangest thing. Why do I want to be the guy that
the
people
guy,
forget
the guy who died, I forgot. It was something Wright. His last name's Wright.
Steven.
No. No, I knew you were going right there. No, not Stephen Wright. I can't think of his first name. He's the one. He's the one who sings that middle part of during the time. The things you are receiving, or whatever. He sings a part during that. Boom. You're number 2.
The Doors.
That was loud. The Doors.
Yeah, that would have been a good show.
They probably would have been, if you gave me a top 10, I would have put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, I would have put them in the top 10. Yeah, I mean,
I think I still would have loved to see one of the shows where Jim Morrison's all fucked up. And you know it happened a lot. So I would really like to see that train wreck. I would.
you and your train wreck.
I was at the show where Jim Morrison took off all his clothes and pissed on the front audience.
Oh, yeah, that's where you want to be.
I didn't say I want to be in the front. I never said that.
My number 2 is The Who. Except I'd want to see them probably around 75.
So I was going to say you could still maybe.
You can. They're still touring, but it's not The
still
Who.
You're right.
To me, it's really not The Who, you know.
Yeah. If you love the music, though, if it wasn't so much about all the
but
artists, you know what I mean?
I would want to see them in 75. Number 1.
Well, I understand.
Speaking of bragging rights, you got Keith Moon behind the drums.
I understand your
You know what
dates
I mean?
now.
Yeah.
Certainly makes a big difference.
Yeah, you know, and I love that era of The Who also with between in the 70s, you know, when they did when they had the hits like Who Are You? And,
I would have liked
Baba O'Reilly, and
I think both of them.
Won't Get Fooled Again, along with all their other stuff. I mean, it's just a ton of.
I thought
material.
of the Rolling Stones, but I think you could probably still catch that.
Yeah, the Stones may have made my top.
It would be a good
10.
show. Rolling Stones would be. But see, there's another problem. It kind of kicked off like when the Stones were around here last.
yeah.
That's where the ticket prices went. To
I don't know.
up
I don't know
for a seat.
I don't know if I would have had an era that I would have wanted to go see them though. I don't know. I have to think real hard about.
I'd like
that
to
one.
see Mick Jagger strut around like a freaking peacock.
See, I wouldn't
He
want
was
to.
ridiculous.
I wouldn't want to
back
go
those
back
days.
too far because I'm a big Ron Woods fan. If you go back too far, he's not in the band. So,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
See, I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah, I'm a big Ronnie Wood fan.
Yeah.
But the Who around 75 would have been. I feel would have been right at there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rawest form, you know what I mean? That would still encompass what most of the career that I feel that was they were great.
plays a mean pinball.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're number one. Oh, look at
You
that.
know what it is. I don't even want to. I'm not even going to say it out loud. You should.
Should
know
we
what
just
it-
say both of ours? One, 2, 3.
Led Zeppelin. There is
Is it
none
even
greater. There is none greater.
Yeah. Now,
I knew.
this one. I will say to you,
Uh,
what era would you really want to see them? If I got to say, you're traveling back in time,
Yeah.
you got to set the dial.
Yeah.
That's from 1969 to 1979, we'll say, because
Well,
80 Bonham died. So.
The hardest part about that question is, do I want to see them when they probably have some shit together? In other words, maybe their first U.S. tour, maybe the first show of the U.S. tour.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's where I'm thinking. But then again, if I was wise enough to think it through, I might go back far enough to see them in a local European pub and actually meet them or something.
They never played in a local European pub.
Are you sure?
Jimmy Page had already been playing with the Yardbirds.
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
right. I
They
forgot
were-
about that. I forgot about the Yardbirds.
you
Yeah.
know, they actually went
Yeah.
out and did dates as the new Yardbirds to finish up the shows that Page
Yep.
was on the hook for.
I got you. Now I forgot. It's been a long time since I read the book.
And they went pretty much right into recording Led Zeppelin 1.
Yeah.
So they were pretty much
That's-
at that level.
So I gotta
level right away.
I gotta go with the first U.S. tour then.
Okay, I'm going more. I'm thinking 70. I'm thinking 73, 74, right around the Madison Square Garden gig for "Song Remains the Same."
Maybe at that show would be a good one.
I'm
That
thinking
exact one.
I don't. You know, the funny thing is, I've read stuff, and like Jimmy Page and the rest of the people in Zeppelin, they think that was one of their shittiest shows, and that was just such a shitty movie.
But they
And
'cause
we
they
think
probably
it's
had
great
coverage. Right.
And we think it, and we're just like, oh my god, you know what I mean? You know, we're like,
Yeah.
we think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the best ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still hear all the stuff they put out, live stuff and everything. I've found some real gems, but I still go back maybe because it's so ingrained in my memory that "Song Remains the Same" show. You know what I mean? That live concert, it's so ingrained. But I'd probably right around in there.
If you said we got to play a live version of a Led Zeppelin song, that's the direction I'm headed.
Yeah, probably. Well, there's some earlier one. There's some earlier ones that I probably would. I'd pick. I know there's like a 1970. Oh, I think this might be on the BBC sessions of "How Many More Times." A really good version of "How Many More Times," and they didn't play that in that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely see. That was my thinking. I was a little torn. I definitely wouldn't. I would have picked at least the 1979 Nedworth or 78, where Jimmy didn't look good, Bonham didn't look good. Their sound wasn't as raw anymore. It seemed to be more. I don't know. It just felt more manipulated. And, you know what I mean? Going into the 80s, it didn't sound like the rawness of it. But definitely like the first U.S. tour or something like that. Yeah, I thought about that too. Like, ooh, that's a big.
Yeah.
The only reason I went for like 73, 74 type of era was because you get the "Song Remains the Same." You get the "Song Remains the Same" songs in there. I'm sorry, "Houses of the Holy" songs.
Yeah, yeah.
You still get "The Ocean," which is
Yeah.
might be my favorite
Yeah.
Zeppelin song. So
Yeah, awesome.
you
It's
yeah,
awesome
you
song.
get to me Zeppelin in their prime music wise is one through "Houses of the Holy." Not that I don't like Physical Graffiti. I love Physical Graffiti, but I just think they were after "Houses of the Holy." I felt like they were just kind of going a different path. Maybe they were evolving.
They did a couple times.
Yes,
like
well,
Coda was one of the least best
that-
received, but it had
It's
some
an
interesting
unfinished album.
concepts.
It's an unfinished album.
Interesting
because it was
concept,
after
so.
Bonham died and it was unfinished. But I feel the body of the height of their work is one through "Houses of the Holy." You know what I mean? And then I feel like there was a big evolution when they went to Physical Graffiti and Presence and stuff. Still great stuff. I love listening to that stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have it just doesn't have that feeling of, it doesn't have the same thing as like one through
that's
House of the
different.
Holy.
Yeah, there were some changes.
Yeah. And maybe because of the song remains the same and landing right in that spot album wise, maybe that's why in my head that's the evolution period for me to the next their growth. You know?
Songs remain
The song remains the same. Peter Grant. It's your damn job. It was your fucking job out there, wasn't it?
Two-a-dates.
Two-a-dates.
Yeah, check out that movie.
But this is tomorrow. Tomorrow. What? we just do the whole album right here.
I know it. I'm down.
Yeah.
I don't get tired of Zeppelin.
No. Never playing a Zeppelin. Well, look at that. That's about 46 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Not too quick of a shot, but quicker than a regular podcast.
Yeah, I think that works out fine. We have a whole different look there
Yeah.
for the duo.
Oh, one more time, right?
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
and you can find us on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
I was just checking something out on the card. I thought you were wrapping it up.
Oh, okay, I was, but that didn't mean you had to stop.
Oh, you know why? That's why I'm so confused, because you usually have all that, all that stuff. So you always say right before you do that, you always
Good night,
say
John.
good night, John. So you got to put something else in there.
Oh, we have an ending made.
Yeah. What do I have to do?
I don't say good night, John.
Good night, John.
From Homebrew Studios, this has been Bob and John's Quick Shots, brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Hello, cutie pie.